School District High School basketball, live on Stream It Sports, Northern Colorado. This broadcast is brought to you by Schrader Oil, fuel your day. By Pedersen Toyota in Fort Collins, everything cars made easy. By Jim's Wings, Northern Colorado's favorite wings since 1991. And by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in Northern Colorado. First Bank, banking for good. And now for the play-by-play, David Haase and Randy McCoy. Poudre School District High School basketball.
Welcome to PSD Athletics tonight, live on Stream It Sports from Fort Collins, Colorado. In Fort Collins High School, the host home team, Fort Collins High School Lambkins, host the visiting team, crosstown rivals Rocky Mountain Lobos in Colorado high school football action. Hello, my name is Eric Friehauf, along with my partner here, Cody McCoy, and on camera we have Max Fink to bring you a live streamed in HD game for you tonight here in Northern Colorado. Yes, it is crosstown rivalry night, and we have some things to dish up for you to enjoy a game of really girls basketball that is at its finest right now for one of these teams who is 10-0. Versus a team that is really trying to put themselves together and get themselves ready. A little over and back, but wasn't called. And we'll get to your starting lineups here, but the game has started, so we'll take a look at how these teams are setting up. Pressure already being set up by the Lobos as they try to set tone, getting a hand on ball. We'll introduce a couple of these players, tell you a little bit about who their coaches are, as well as how the season's going for them as we progress through this season. A nice three-pointer, and you're going to see that a lot tonight. Delcy Johnson, the senior, 5'11", shoots from three, puts it down, and says, hey, we are here to show you why we're 10-0 on the season. Lambkins having a banner year this year. This is the first conference game for the Lambkins this season, so they are entering into conference play, and this will be the second one for, third one actually, for Rocky Mountain. So this is where the Lambkins are going to see if they could start making some impressions within the conference play. We'll also tell you about what's going on around the conference as we move through there. Missed inside shot. Little pony there by Williams, the 33. Little shuffle of the feet, and you're going to see that Savannah Warner, number 10, the forward, senior, 5'11", wanted to get a little bit closer of a look at that shot and pulls it in about underneath the foot, underneath the three-point range, but then took two more steps and was able to get the travel call on it. Well, tonight you're going to hear some of our sponsors are bringing this game live. Yeah, free for you. You get to enjoy a wonderful game in high definition. Our great cameraman Max Fink is going to start bringing you these things. We might have a couple obstacles here in the court. We'll talk to you about that as well, too. Turnover, not a common thing for the Lambkins, but fast break
Great
down
pass.
the under. Great pass. You like that one.
Yeah, right. I mean, she dropped a dime there in the middle of the paint, a little cross-court pass. Defenders weren't there, weren't looking, didn't have a hand up.
Well, Cody, you've played this ball before as well, too. This is my broadcast partner, Cody McCoy, producer, aficionado. This guy is going to bring you through this whole production like it was professional. I was going to say, no, we are just a local group, and we enjoy doing this for the whole high school athletics. But that was a transition issue. Defensive transition, always when coaches are looking for it, they want you back in the paint, covering who's the farthest down, and calmly steps up and hits two free throws. That's Kylie Town, the senior point guard for the Rocky Mountain Lobos. Rocky Mountain High School just about 6 miles away, maybe 5 miles away. Well, no, actually 2, 3, 4. We build our streets around here by miles. It probably is about 3 or 4.
Here. Yeah.
Yes. So close. Years behind this. Nice three-pointer. Steps up. Grace Sluss, the guard / forward senior, 5'11", hit nothing but the bottom of the net. Deep underneath. Nice underneath shot, but had too much pressure on her. Warner could not finish it. There is no stop on this one. It's all go for both teams to get down the field. Johnson thought she had something deep down in the corner, could not get it, but transitions back. A lot of aggressiveness by both teams to the hole. Back of the rim, could not hit it.
Yeah, both teams doing a great job of pushing the tempo, making sure those defenders get back. Really, it's going to be a fun night.
It's going to be
this type
one.
of tempo.
Michaela Escher going out. That previous out of bounds just knocked out by Gabby McDonald, number 15, the senior. Now let's see what the Lambkins want to stir up here. Nice cross screen, and again, does she feel it? She feels nothing but the bottom of the net. That's Sluss again. Nice cross screen across the top of the key. It is a short timeout. We're going to stay here with you. We're going to have a couple of different sponsors here tonight that you're going to be able to listen to that bring you this live. We want to thank our sponsors, First Bank, Schrader Oil, and Pedersen Toyota. If you'd like to partner with us and become a sponsor, send us a message at RMCCOY@streamitsports.com. That's RMCCOY@streamitsports.com, and we'll contact you with the information you need. Let our sponsors know how much you appreciate them helping us bring you live high school basketball. Lobos, as they come into this game, they're 6-5. In league, they're 1-1. They do well at home, 3-0 on the away trips. They're at 1-2, and then 2-3 in neutral court. One of the things about high school basketball here in Colorado, it's expanded to a lot of preseason tournaments, so you'll see a lot of neutral scores and neutral plays and victories and losses based off of local or regional types of tournaments. And so they are 2-3 on those with a 54% winning percentage overall and a 50% in conference. Averaging about 49 points per game. For them, they're giving up around 41 points per game. So they got about an 8-point spread. They typically play a good aggressive press defense, hands in lane. You can see it already out there. On ball, a little too aggressive. That's Kat Bowes, number 30. I see a guard, a junior, 5'4", putting that outside pressure. Well, these coaches are relatively new, both of them. Both for Rocky Mountain High School, Justine France is second year. Overall, 23-12 up to this game.
Not bad.
8-6 overall, 66% when they're playing against the Lambkins. Matt Hauer, he's in his second season. He's 25-10 and 6-6 overall, and that includes last season as well as this season.
Fort Collins doing a good job on this possession, really being patient, taking up a lot of the clock, a lot of dribble handoffs, just waiting for that perfect shot, making really Rocky and their defense work.
Well, make them pay, make sure that they're moving. A lot of deep drive and somebody that was feeling it a little bit. Baseline three-pointers are always different than angle or from the front. Aggressive play, nothing on the call, but nicely off the backboard. Kylie Town puts it up. Well, as Lambkins come back down, again, it's 9-4. 3 minutes, 15 seconds left in this first quarter of this crosstown rivalry. We got a doubleheader tonight, so this is the first of two amazing games that you
Great
can
backdoor
watch.
Cut.
Nice.
Just missed him.
Well, it looked like the handoff and the screen on ball were going on, and the ability to see the other backdoor going on to hit the pass didn't come through. It looks like a shoe adjustment up top. Had a heel come out of the back. Number 4.
And Fort Collins.
Evan Fisher was just trying to get herself back in her shoe, but Fort Collins being patient. No shot clock again in high school basketball.
That's two possessions that have gone clearly over 30 seconds. That's a long-term play. That defense might be tired in the fourth quarter.
Wow, nothing but bottom of the net. Rachel Jones, number 11 for Fort Collins High School, the sophomore, 5'7", hits nothing but bottom of the net. Nice block by Delcy Johnson. Could not handle the ball on the way down. Maya Swanson, the point guard senior, 5'3", trying to make something happen in transition for the Lambkins. Couldn't pull it back in. It went off her hip and out of bounds. But I got to have to say, three-point shooting, they are shooting at least 75, 80%. I think they are 3 of 4 from three-point range. Delcy Johnson has one. 2 of them from Grace Sluss. And then that last one from Rachel Jones. So that would be actually 4 or 5.
I don't think they've had a 2-point bucket. I think they've hit 4 threes thus far.
Typically, and those have been sitting out at about 20 foot out. So, but they've been wide open too.
And the feet have been set, and a perfect pass really give them ability to shoot a really smooth shot.
Yep, Maddie Bennett bringing the ball up there, wanting to go hard to the hole, up and over, and hits the back standard. Speaking of standards, you're going to probably see in the camera angle one that is broken. In fact, at this end of the court, we asked them to see if they could raise that extra basket there, but they said it was broken when they tried to lift it up. So we'll give you some of the our view of it if you get blocked out.
And then on the right, we got a tuba.
We got a tuba. So this is high school basketball. This is what you look for. I hope you guys are enjoying it. This high definition is really second to none in the market. Nice back door. Could not see it coming. Nice roller right off the backboard. That was Emily Williams, the guard, senior, 5'7". Had a nice left-handed drive down the middle of the lane. But, what I like about the Lobos, they get back, close to a walk. Yep, I was going to say that's a block underneath. Nice play by Savannah Warner, the forward senior, 5'11" for the Lobos, stepping in there. Well, let me go over to Fort Collins High School. They are 10-0. Yes, I want to tell you that they are 10-0 in the conference. 10-0 in overall, 2-0 in 0-0, in conference, 2-0 at home. So this is only their 3rd game out of 10 games this season that they've played on their home court. They're 3-0 away, and they did really well in those tournaments we were talking about. They are 5-0, in fact, taking away some medals in those particular games. Those 2 were early on. Nice shot. Savannah Warner steps up calmly and sits there. 14-6, minute 30 seconds left in this first quarter. 2 tournaments going on. Fort Collins High School went for Battle of the Rockies, won all 3 of those games, then went over to a Brighton tournament down in Brighton, Colorado, and they won all 3 of those. So they seem very comfortable on the road playing teams. They are going to own their home court the way they've been playing. Up by 8 right now with a minute left in this first quarter. Smooth play. Emily Williams the last time went left hand. Did a left-handed roller off the backboard. This one reverses pivot, goes down the right side of the lane, grabs the bump, and puts it up off the backboard right on the corner of the square, and it goes down for going to be an and one. Cody, you shoot a lot of and ones, draw fouls, and get to the middle of the lane. And
that was I was all about just getting into the paint. Breaking down the defense.
Well, before the three-point line came out, and back when I was in high school, they just introduced that. So now if you guys are doing your calculations, you're going back to go, what was that year?
Yeah, what one was that?
That was like 1985. Okay. Nice step up there by Williams. Cans what we would consider the traditional 3. And is able to close that out.
And won the hard way.
Nice cut. That's a give and go. It just couldn't finish it out. Down, pushes it back around to the outside. Nice behind the back. Maddie Bennett comfortable with that ball. Nice little jumper, a little too far. Nice tap back, keeping it alive. Maya Swanson says, I'm going to put my hand on it, and I think that went off of, was that right, Town? Or I think so, it went off of Lobo. 37 seconds left.
I think they're going to hold it for the last shot. If anything, from their last few possessions, taking up a lot of that clock.
Oh, they tried to run that same play again to Sluss for a three-pointer. Cross screen up top, similar to a UCLA kind of cross screen, top screen. All right, reset it up. 17 seconds left. Swanson getting some pressure. 5-second calls could be coming. Oh, breaks the pressure. Almost a double, but does not get it. Johnson kicks it back out. Sluss.
2 seconds.
2 seconds down the corner. Can she run it? Too late. Are they going to count it? They are not going to count. I don't think so either. 17-6, the end of the first quarter. The home team Lambkins, 10-0 on the season, are leading the visiting for Rocky Mountain Lobos. We'll be right back here on Stream It Sports live here at Fort Collins High School.
If this is how your bank sees the world, how do they see you? Be an individual at First Bank. Banking for good.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
17-6, start of the second quarter already. Lobos inbound it, they get possession. Nice move, going down the lane. A little off the back of it, but boy, playing strong inside. Almost got knocked off her hands. That's going to be a foul. That should be against Kylie Town, I think, is what there's going to happen. Loose ball on the ground. I was shaking in the timeout, a green box that is very familiar to me when I was broadcasting the CSU basketball games. They're called Mike and Ike's. No, they don't sponsor us, but they sure get us through these games when we need to have them. I saw my cameraman, Matt Fix, looking at them, as well as Matt Fink, and Cody McCoy going. We'll get into those a little bit later. Nice move. Off, too hard off the boards. Elsie Johnson, but they're going to call a foul.
Wow.
That was against Gabby McDonald, the forward senior, 5'9". That looked a little tight there, but
looked very close to a jump ball more than a. And I think they both had possession of the ball there.
Yeah, Gabby's been playing a good game so far. She's been hitting the boards really hard down at the other end. I don't think Fort Collins High School has not left a three-pointer alone. That was Sluss. She's back down to about 50% from three-point range. Nice pressure on ball. Top of the key, could not get it. Lots of pressure. Full court. Want to make sure that nobody gets easy transition. Good hustle back. Warner. That's Isabel Lane that was just handling the ball. And then Johnson, who is the star player right now for the Lambkins.
You just got to love how patient they've been. Just you know, really dribble handoff, really waiting for the perfect shot. Except for the one that goes over the backboard.
Well, she has a couple of drives down the middle of the lane. Emily Williams, both left and right hand off the backboard. That one was not off the backboard. That was over the backboard. Probably forced that shot, I think. She felt like she had a lane, but she couldn't get down through the middle. Nice speed. Way to move down the court. Kylie Town with a good handle. That's what I enjoy about girls basketball. They have, just with club play and the ability to get out and get some of the skills built up and speed, they are just playing great. Foul underneath. That's going to go against Gabby McDonald. I'll put it against Emily Williams up on the line. That's going to be her second foul. That's 5 team fouls against the visiting Lobos. And that's 2 against the Lambkins. 17-6, 6 minutes, 16 seconds left in this first half. Matt Hauer from Fort Collins High School replaced Kyle Tregonig about 2 years ago. Last year he was 15-10 on the season, 6-6 in conference. This year, starting off with a perfect 10-0. He's doing really well with this team, and I think he's had good response from every player to buy into his system. And I think he's also helping out with getting some confidence and getting some players into key positions to contribute where they can be there. Good full defense. They play a man-to-man. Movement of feet there, nice. Getting back on the arm. I thought it might have been a pass that was going, but it wasn't. That's Cat Bowes. Cat Bowes, number 30, the junior that was fouled going up to the free throw line.
I'm not even sure that was really a foul. I feel like the referee may have anticipated a foul there, but
could have been. I'm not going to talk
again,
about that.
We're also 2 miles high in there.
Aren't we a mile high? Oh, excuse me. That's we're in Colorado. Amaya Swanson picks up that foul. That was her first, and first shot by Cat Bowes is missed from the free throw line. Cat averaging about 16 minutes a game, 3.4 points per game. So she's one that is an off-the-bench support for them. Williams seeing if she could drive in deep, but could not find anything. Olivia Dines. Oh, nice bottle handling. Sluiced down to the corner. Lampkins look like they are going in really a spread. 4 out, 1 in, almost a 5 out, 1 in. Handoff, drive, dish, and push for a shot. Right like that. Williams finds a 3 and cans it. I think you're right, Cody. At least 90% of the shots here. Ooh, that was almost over the bank.
Really close.
Well, I don't know if all points were established, but she came from front court to back court, landed and straddled and received the ball. So now you start looking through the rule books and saying, okay, does that mean she was fully in the air, front court, received the ball, then came back? Then you start getting into situations of over and back.
That's been one of those real gray rules the last few years of refs really trying to figure out. It's such a bang-bang play, too.
Yeah. Oh, Lampkins come out instead of man-to-man, play a 1-3-1. Get some quick hands outside by Williams to create the turnover. Sluss kicks it back out, and Williams hit a 3 earlier off the kind of the crook of the corner of the rim. Not far enough. Wide open baseline shot, but couldn't fit it. Another one back off the back rim. That was Annika Martinez, the guard, the senior, could not close it. Ooh, speed, quickness, could not put it on there. That's going to go off the hands of Williams. Both Swanson and Lane both trying to create something in transition, could not get there. Some substitutions. I think there's some people breathing pretty hard out here because this has been an intense game. 4 minutes, 29 seconds left in this first half. The home team Lampkins leading 21-7, and you got to say that a lot of that's been three-point shooting by 3 players. They've got at least 6 3-pointers made this first half. Rest of them was 1 bucket and 1 free throw underneath. Looking for their own 3. The Lobos pointed up there just way too far, but off of a Lampkin. That was shooting that 3 was Maddie Bennett, the senior, 5'6". Maddie, really one of the 4 key contributors. There's a balanced scoring for the Lobos. They lead with McDonald, number 15, but then right behind it is 3 players, including Maddie Bennett, at about 8 points apiece. 3-pointer doesn't go down. I think it's going off the Lampkins. 2 people fighting for it.
Rocky just has not been able to find a consistent scoring flow here in the first quarter and a half. Really good shots, really good possessions, just not falling in the bucket right now.
Yep, you're absolutely right. They have not found rhythm on this away court, and it's tough to find that rhythm. You can either find it in warm-ups or you get a couple of early easy shots that you make, and now you have your confidence in it. It's not like home court. Again, we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, this is the Lampkins' 3rd home game of the season. So they are 10-0, and this will be the 3rd time they get to be there. And an offensive foul, and it was, I'm trying to think, that was on Sluss. I don't know if she had the ball in her hand or if she was actually screening for a teammate. And when she was screening for a teammate, she lowered her shoulder in to take out one of the players. Almost a Euro move to the hole, couldn't finish it. Kicks it back out. Nice play by Warner to get the rebound. They just cannot find a bucket. They've been inside, they've been outside, they cannot find their rhythm. But trust me, A hoopster's a hoopster. They're going to find their rhythm down the road, and they're going to get this game back into a tight sequence. It's 21-7. 3 minutes, 12 seconds left in this second quarter. Crosstown rivals. You know, I don't think records really count when it's a crosstown rival. Everybody gets their own way. Emily going Williams. Yep, off Williams. She just could not put it off the backboard.
You're 100% right about the no records. Doesn't matter what the records are, who's favored, who won last year. It's all about the one game tonight. And now some of these, since they've changed up the conference, they only play once a year.
Right.
They used to play twice a year back in my day.
Oh, in my day as well too.
But now they've added teams to the conference, so this is the only matchup I do believe between these two teams this year.
Yep, and I agree. That travel. It's a nice move by Savannah Warner, but that back foot picked up before the ball went down the ground. Those of you wondering how travel works, if you're dribbling the ball, you better have that ball on the ground before that back foot picks up. If you're passing the ball, that actual back foot actually can be picked up, and it will not be called travel. So if you look at the rule book, that's the way it runs. I know a couple of you guys were probably wondering if some of these passes were travels, but they have that capability to move. Deep underneath. That was what I was expecting a little bit more of, us to see if Johnson down on the post was going to do a lot of post-ups and take some size advantages. They're going to call a block on Johnson. Good deep drive by Town. Is that Town? Yep, Town going to the line. So Sliss has 2. Johnson, that's the first foul on Delcia Don Johnson. Town steps up, and it's the first. I had the pleasure of coaching Delcia Johnson's brother, an older brother, Charlie. I'm sure his family or their family is listening to this game. Hopefully they get a chance to see this fantastic display of basketball by the Lambkin team. They're leading 21-9, and they're getting to see this all because there's a great Max Fink on the camera giving you nice high-definition views on this. So if you don't like the camera angle, don't blame me. It's Max's.
You now have a name. Might get an address later today.
There you go. I think his name is Cody McCoy. Is that right? Johnson goes up. Looked like somebody might have been on the arm, but could not get through it. Transition again. Quick play, but couldn't finish it. Kat Bowes could not finish it on the fast break. Boy, a lot of cross-court passes going on. It can make you, as a coach, a little nervous. Both France and Howe are both looking at their teams wondering, all right, I like fast breaks, but cross-court and good defensive transition means turnover. Fortunate for the Lambkins, it was not. It was tipped out by the Lobos. Ooh, through the fingers of Swanson. Oh, not in the place where Johnson wanted to be. Doubled up down to the corner. Man-to-man by the Lobos. Ooh, quick hand, reached in with the left, trying to swipe it. That foul is going to go against Annika Martinez. I'm going to say that that's how it's pronounced, A-N-N-I-K-A, Annika. I pronounced it wrong, I apologize. But that is Martinez.
I want to give a quick shout out to our new sponsor.
Yes.
We got Jim's Wings on with us now.
Oh, those are good wings. I like those.
I was excited when we brought them on, but Jim's Wings, Northern Colorado, best wings since 1991. Visit Jim and Julie at Jim's Wings on Elizabeth by the CSU campus. You'll make a U-turn. It's on the left side, I believe.
Oh, yeah. We go there before every one of the CSU games,
or
if we can get out on that side of town. They have some great wings. And
welcome to the Stream It Sports family.
Stream It Sports family, great job. Great job. Unfortunate for the Lobos. Warner had an opportunity deep down in the lane, but she stood in there for 3 seconds while she was waiting for her team to dump it down in. That case was called for 3 seconds. 21-9, minute left in this second quarter. Lampkin still owning. Outside, three-pointer. Front, back of the rim, but Swanson could not close it down. Long pass down from the Lobos. Turnover. Justine France needing her team to really take this last minute into the locker room and score a couple of points, get it within 10. She's down by 12 right now, but the turnover causes problems because the Lambkins can easily take this clock down if they want to for a last shot. Johnson right across the middle of the lane, left hand, could not put it onto the...
Great second effort.
Yep. They could be down for the last shot here. Nice drive around, but could not pick it up. That was Martinez. Excuse me, not Martinez. That was Fisher. Knocked out of bounds, but it's the Lobos ball. 19 seconds left in this first half of a doubleheader tonight. Trying to get it deep down underneath. Yep, he's going to call that out of bounds when she was touching the ball. Good hustle, but just threaded it too tightly in there. That was Warner to Town, but Town had two on her. She was sandwiched between two and could not hang on to the ball in bounds. Little cross screen on the UCLA. Nice
Great
hesitation and draws the foul with 5 seconds left. Give that one to Isabel Lane, the junior, 5'5". Just did that little hesitation, brought the Lobo defender up. That was a foul against Julia Schlepp, the guard, the junior. Just gave her a little lift and then went right by her and drew the foul.
Kind of like the old eyebrow raise.
Yep.
It goes jumping out of the gym.
Especially if you have really dark eyebrows, and they can see them, and then they got to raise up and a little smirk there. Is that how you were faking out most of your guys when you were playing? Was just raise the eyebrow and
I tried. I never got that move. The coaches tried pushing me to do it, and I, for some reason, just couldn't get it down.
Lane hits the first of two, misses the second one, but the ball bounces right back. Timeout.
3
Didn't make
seconds
it.
left.
Big shot by Williams from outside, couldn't get in. I think the refs are going to consider it a quarter in the review and let the teams go off. All right, well, we got a halftime of a doubleheader.
Kevin Lytle's going to join us. I'm going to surprise you. Kevin Lytle's going to come up from the Colorado. And
fantastic.
You guys can chat about some high school girls basketball. We have Randy McCoy is in, he's at Rocky right now against Snow. Pooter and Fossil Ridge right now. Pooter and Fossil Ridge, yeah, he's playing that. That should be a great one. That's a doubleheader as well, too. Is that correct? It is. So we'll have Kevin Lytle up here, and Eric and Kevin will chat away at halftime, but we'll be right back for the second half.
Toyota-thon's on. Look at all those Toyotas.
Bet you could get a great deal in there. Yeah, we should go check it out.
Check it out. Impressive.
Sometimes you just have to snap them out of it a little bit.
Right now, get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2018 RAV4 with Toyota Care, our no-car service plan.
'Tis the season. Toyota-thon is on.
Toyota, let's go places.
Great news! We broke our all-time sales record, and it's all thanks to my nephew, Skylar.
Bro, it's Sky.
After my brother made me hire Sky, I switched us to First Bank to make up for him. Now business is better than ever.
No matter the reason, switching to First Bank can help your business grow.
After playing the game for many years, and I decided I could either watch from the couch or get on the field and become part of the game.
I became a judge because it was a natural transition from being a gymnast to coach, now judge.
I love the large crowds, the excitement of the game, and you know what? I got the best seat in the house.
Help these kids. Help this community. Become an official.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
Well, welcome back to Fort Collins High School. We get the pleasure of having Kevin Lytle here with us from the Colorado, and it's it's been a wonderful season so far for high school basketball. We were talking earlier this season with football, if you remember that.
Yeah, absolutely.
As well, too.
Seems like a long time ago.
It seems like it, but, every season has its sport, and right now we're on the hard courts of Fort Collins, and, we're coming into a crosstown rivalry like this, and when you looked at this game and you saw a 10-0 Fort Collins Lambkins versus a 5-6, Lobos team, what were you expecting out of this in an all-crosstown rivalry?
Yeah, I was really curious to see how Rocky Mountain would be able to score, because Fort Collins statistically is the best defensive team in 5A, and man, did that come true tonight. Rocky Mountain has 1 field goal in the first half. Fort Collins just totally shutting them down, really not getting good looks. Everything is contested, forcing some turnovers. Fort Collins defense is just great. They play a nice slow game. They're going to limit chances. They're not trying to light up the gym, and it fits their team and their style perfectly, and they do it really well. They're looking like they're about to go 11-0, which is their best start in way more than a decade.
Well, they do seem to be almost the lead in the conference, and when we talk about the conference, this is their first conference game. So now when you see the Lobos coming in with already 2 games under their belt, and you start taking a look at the rest of the 5A standings for the girls, you got Fairview and Legacy and Horizon already up there, and really Fort Collins is now the sleeper for the conference that are going to start making their statement.
Yeah, it's very odd scheduling, not having a conference game for Fort Collins yet, but the conference, it should be good this year. Horizon, very good. Fairview, very good. Fossil Ridge just beat #1 Highlands Ranch last week.
That's right.
The game you guys had on Stream of Sports, a great game. And then obviously Fort Collins, they haven't played a great non-conference schedule, but they beat everyone in front of them. That's all you can really do. So it's hard to discount a team that looks like it'll be 11-0. So I think we're in for a really fun next month plus as we really get into this.
Wow, and it's a strong Fort Collins team. We're seeing them tonight. You're going to get a chance to see how really some of the players like Delcy Johnson and other players that you get to see through. Tonight is a doubleheader. It seems like it'd be doubleheaders all around. Right now, I think Fossil versus Pooter right now is going on the crosstown rivalry. It's also on Stream at Sports Live right now.
You guys are busy.
We are busy. Mr. McCoy and Haase over there doing a great job. When we take a look at the boys' side of it, which we're going to see a game later on tonight, we're going to see a matchup between 2 teams that are really trying to find themselves. They don't seem like they have themselves in rhythm for the league.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. 2 kind of, new programs, so to speak, as far as their growth. Brian Taffel's now been here a few years at Rocky Mountain, and you can see growth every year, and they have some good players. Joe Urunowitz, Joe Elliott, really strong players, and they're building that depth now, trying to create consistency. Whereas Fort Collins, we saw how good they were last year, run to the grade 8, but we knew there were going to be some growing pains because they graduated so many, not just a bunch of seniors, but really, really, really good seniors.
Palacio, Faffinger, you got a team
we could go on all night about
they
that.
They go on to the state tournament last year and did really well.
And then Monty Alcaraz steps down after the season, so you have a bunch of new players, new coach, new system, and you knew that'd be some growing pains. They've also had some injuries. So they're fun to watch, really exciting system. They're going to go up and down. It'll be a crazy game. But still, kind of same thing. Young players learning a new system. You're not going to have the consistency you had with the senior team last year.
Yeah, when somebody needs to step up and be able to control the tempo or make the shot, they're going to all have to find out who's going to be the one that makes it.
Yep.
When you take a look at the conference coming out in 5A front range leagues, where's the team that we should be looking at?
That is a great question. I think everyone is a little unsure at where this league can be won because, most years there's a dominant 1 or 2 teams. Last year, everyone knew it was Fort Collins. A few years back, it was Fossil Ridge. Boulder has had a year or 2 in there. This year, I think it's a total toss-up. Boulder's had some decent moments. Fossil Ridge has started well. They play kind of the bottom tier of the conference. Pooter, dangerous team. They're an up-and-rising team. Watch out for them. They're another one that's searching for consistency, but when they play well, they can play really well. I think it's wide open. I think we could probably name 5-6 teams that could win it.
Yeah, absolutely right. I look at this, even a team down at Legacy, and you'd look at their overall is 9-3, but they're 0-1. So you know that in the preseason in the non-conference, they could have been playing something that wasn't too difficult. Yeah. This league is pretty strong. Do you think this league will have something, maybe not this year, but within the next year or 2, that could possibly do some state challenges, or is it just a beat up? But once they go to state, they could make some hay.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I definitely think it's a down year. It's a lot of evenly decent teams, but you don't have a great team like a Fort Collins or Foster Ridge the last few years. So I'm excited to see how it's going to grow, because I think some of those teams that we were talking about are kind of young up-and-comers. So maybe not this year, but a year or two down the road, they may be able to create some problems. So it's maybe not the best the Front Range League has ever been, but it's going to be good and fun because it's very even.
Northern Colorado basketball, high school basketball is the greatest thing here. And we have a great person. I mean, if you don't get a chance, watch him. Watch what his reporting is. Does a great job, Kevin Lytle. I want to thank you so much for coming over from the Colorado and
talking with you guys.
Talking about sports. We'll do it again.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
We'll be back here on Stream It Sports Live for second half game of the girls, Fort Collins High School versus the Rocky Mountain Lobos. We'll be right back here on Stream It Sports Live.
Toyota-thon's on. Look at all those Toyotas.
Bet you could get a great deal in there. Yeah, we should go check it out.
Let's go check it out. Impressive.
Sometimes you just have to snap them out of it a little bit.
Right now, get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2018 RAV4 with Toyota Care, our no-cost service plan.
'Tis the season. Toyota-thon is on.
Toyota, let's go places.
Great news! We broke our all-time sales record, and it's all thanks to my nephew, Skylar.
Bro, it's Sky.
After my brother made me hire Sky, I switched us to First Bank to make up for him. Now business is better than ever.
No matter the reason, switching to First Bank can help your business grow.
After playing the game for many years, and I decided I could either watch from the couch or get on the field and become part of the game.
I became a judge because it was a natural transition from being a gymnast to coach, now judge.
I love the large crowds, the excitement of the game, and you know what? I got the best seat in the house.
Help these kids. Help this community. Become an official.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
Oh, start a second half here. Thank you for coming back to Stream It Sports Live here at PSD Athletics. We're about 30 seconds into this second half. Sorry, we can get you at the toss in, but not a lot happened, just except that first foul. And that's the third foul against Grace Lewis, who start off with a good first half three-point shooting. The Lampkins leading 22-9. 7 minutes, 30 seconds left in this third quarter, the second half on a doubleheader tonight. Nice cross pass to Delcy Johnson, who now has 5 points. This is your leading scorer for the Lampkins, 15.4 points per game. But she'd only had 3 in the first half with an early three-pointer she hit from about, I'd say about 20 feet out. But after that, she had not been able to find anything. Tough scramble on the ground. That's Lane. Everybody trying to get after it. We want to welcome you back after a halftime. If you didn't make it to our halftime or stepped away, we had a great interview with Kevin Lytle from the Colorado and talking a little bit about high school sports, both girls and boys. Yes, we're talking about a doubleheader tonight where the boys will be playing. Missed by Williams underneath. Little point blank. She is travel. Yep. That's against number 10, Savannah Warner, the forward senior.
Rocky just really struggling to get any kind of flow, any type of momentum on the offensive side of the ball.
At 24-9, if you look out on the court, there's 2 players that have 8 of those points. That's 6 points by Town and 2 points by Warner. But really their main scorer is Gabby McDonald, who averages 10.4 points per game, and she has 0 so far with 2 fouls against her. Scraping for the ball, nice defensive pressure outside. Anything that Coach France can do to try to get this second half going. Cody, what would you do as a halftime adjustment? Do you come in and you say put more pressure on? Do you change the lineup?
I mean, you got to get McDonald in the game. She's really most comfortable we've seen the last few years around that free throw line, really that mid-range game.
Yep.
And then once she hits a few of those, she goes with the up fake to the bucket. Really just focusing on getting her the ball. I don't think that's been a main, strategy in that first half was, making sure she's getting the touches and the shots. I think that needs to be a real main focus.
Well, I knew that matchup was going to happen. Johnson versus McDonald. And what was going to need to happen is that either McDonald has to be able to step out and take a shot. She's an inside player. Oh, step underneath. Nice play. I wouldn't call it a George Mikan move, but it was definitely good to look at. That was Etcher, E-C-C-H-E-R, so I'm going to call it Etcher. Ooh, just not looking. Sluss over to Johnson. But when you see that matchup underneath, you'd expect that McDonald, knowing that she's going to go against equal size on each other, she's going to have to take a step out and take some shots around the free throw line and then go back herself into the
And she
the
can
post.
hit those.
Yep.
She showed last year she really worked on that part of her game, and she hit that shot consistently.
Turnover by the Lobos is not what you want at the beginning of the third quarter when you try to make it back in here. Down by 13 points, 24-11 with 5 minutes, 24 seconds left in this third quarter. I think you said it right, Cody, is patience. Lampkin's showing some patience out there. Sluss.
Great backside rebound.
And one. If you did not see that because that backboard slightly down, that was Delcia Johnson. The senior just grabs that rebound, puts her shoulder up, makes sure she protects it with her left arm, tosses it up off the backboard, and gets the, as we talked about in the first half, the true natural and one the hard way.
And again, we apologize for that backboard in the way. We did request it be put up more, but the news got back to us that it was broken. So
as far as it's going,
we digress.
It's going to be tough for practice to shoot at that as well, too. But I assume it's just the height is the issue. You have to go back to the Manu Bowl days when you had 7'6" people. Nice play. There you go. That gets some momentum there for McDonald. She needed to hit that. That's should be her first bucket if I see that going through. That is her first bucket on the night. Again, she averages about 10.4 points per game. It's more distributed scoring for Rocky. That's a block. Warner just not there in time, and Sluss seeing that does a baseline drive and picks it up. Substitution coming in. I think that's a foul trouble a little bit on Warner. That's her second for the night. Coach France is going to have to go to the bench to protect it. Nice hands on the substitution. And there's a foul from the opposite side. Got to give a hand. That was Schlepp that came in, that substitute in for McDonald, creates the turnover and brings it back. Down at the other end, Cap Bowes goes hard to the hole, and that picks up the second foul on Isabel Lane, the junior.
Yeah, great hustle back by the Lampkins. That could have been an easy layup. She got back. She's going to make him earn it from the line.
The hard two versus the easy layup two. Bowes to the line, checking how much air's in that ball, and says that's just enough to get up over the rim and in.
Rocky's doing a good job of slowly just biting away at this lead, point after point, possession after possession.
Yep.
And we talked about this at our Windsor broadcast last week. You just want to set yourself up, within 4 to 5 minutes to be within 10 to 8, so you can strike, when the game gets a little closer.
That's the beauty of basketball, especially with the introduction of the three-point line and the stop clock as you go through the end of a game. If you manage your time correctly, you can get back into these games pretty quick That was a thread that did not look like there was an eye to go through. I was going to say that was nice play by the Lobos. You look at defensive fundamentals, and we talked about this in the first half, was the advent of club sports, club basketball, allows this sport to mature during the year. And you can see a lot of the talent starting to grow in some of these players early on, and also the fundamentals. Close-in shot by Johnson, just could not get it. McDonald says, I'm going to go hard to the hole too. Could not find it off the backboard. Schlepp with the rebound. Could not get it. Picks the ball back up, keeps it alive.
Great hustle there.
Scrappy, 27-15, down 12. They need to find a way to get a bucket on the board this time. And the foul is called for 2. That puts Gabby McDonald on the line. That was a foul against, I thought it was going to be against Delcy Johnson, but it's against Williams with the reach. It's going to be a 30-second timeout by Coach Hauer of Fort Collins High School. We're going to keep it here right with you. You know, at halftime, we wanted to talk to you a little bit about some of the other games that are going on. Fossil Ridge is at Pooter. Fossil Ridge is 9-3 on the season. They got a 3-game winning streak going against Pooter.
Yeah, they just beat the number 1 team in the state.
Highlands Ranch, we just heard about from Kelvin. They're playing against Pooter, who's 3-7. They have 4 losses. They've just not found their rhythm, and they're probably a little bit underpowered with regards to their scoring capability. Other games around tonight, we got Rocky Mountain at Fort Collins here. We got Mountain Range at Boulder. That's a Mountain Range 7-6, 2-game losing streak versus Boulder, who's got a 6-game losing streak, 3-8. And then Fairview at Horizon. We heard that a little bit early on with Kevin Lytle, that those are 2 teams, especially Horizon at 11-1 with the 4-game winning streak, showing early promise to be that team to beat along with the Lambkins. There you go. McDonald hits the first but misses the second, but look who is hustling. I'm going to tell you, Julia Schlepp, she's got my hustle award so far for this game because she is out there trying to create for the team. Hands on ball, on the floor.
That's how you start gaining that momentum to chip back at this lead. It's got to be those 50-50 balls.
She's going to take a shot as well, too. McDonald down on an 8th and puts it off the board. It is now under 10 points, 27-18, with 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in this third quarter. The Lobos, with Coach France at the helm, are pushing themselves back into this game. Coach Homer is going to say, I'm going to do a little bit more substitution.
You got a moving screen, rocky ball. Momentum has turned here in the third quarter with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left.
And that was a foul on Maya Swanson, yep. And that's her second one on the Lampkins. Williams is substituting out. I think the Lampkins are going to go back to what they think they can do as a diamond and one. Just a risky pass. Diamond and one full court press, but Lobos step up and do a great job. From distance, could bring it back in further. That's Kylie Town, hits a 3-pointer, 9 points on the game so far. 3 minutes left in this third quarter. It's a 27-21 game. Lobos have come out this third quarter and are showing promise. Deep catch though. Delcia Johnson
much needed bucket by the Lampkins. Run their offense, get a good shot, exactly what you want if you're a coach.
I like those little cross screens down at the baseline. Little runner off the backboard, a little too hard. Scraping for it, but Town couldn't get it. Lampkins pull it in. Swanson out the top. Drives deep. Doesn't have anybody to send it to. Steps on the baseline. Had the turnover. Could not hold it. Bose steps on that baseline. Couple substitutions for the Lobos. 2 minutes, 27 seconds left in this third quarter. 29-21. Johnson's gotten herself a couple of points this third quarter. She only had 3 at half. She's up to 10. She averages 15.4. She's one that going to expect her to really come down and toe the line for the Lampkins. Sluss could not find the 3. She hit that early 2 threes, and has not been able to find that rhythm since. Nice slice Sluss. We're going to call it a jump ball, and it's going to be the Lampkins ball. Etcher going in. It's like really going between the trees. It's kind of like Muir Woods. If you go out to San Francisco, going between the redwoods there and trying to make sure that you can get in there, and she could not handle the ball. Had a good chance to visit that recently. It was a wonderful place. Peaceful, beautiful.
You get to travel to all the good places.
We're lucky with the weather being good there. Nice play by Sluss underneath. The combo, Sluss to Johnson. Johnson now up to 12 points, but Lampkin's doing systematically, saying, all right, we can stay in control tempo. Long distance three. But the Lobos definitely, and who gets the ball? Schlepp.
Just dominating the offensive rebounds, giving themselves a chance to get more buckets.
That's Maddie Bennett, just a little bit of a off the backboard drop through the middle of the lane. 31-23, 8-point game, minute 11 left in this third quarter. I don't know about you, I'm getting excited about this. This is that crosstown rival. Remember we said, doesn't matter what the record is, it's what you do on the court, how you play it.
It's going to be close in the end of the fourth quarter.
I like it so far. All in high definition, brought to you by Stream It Sports Live, where, you know, this game's going to be on demand as well, too, after it's published up on this thing. We get a lot of people that view these games from afar, grandparents as well as people traveling, and quality of the picture is great. Oh, almost poked away, but the foul. Schlepp trying to see if she can play that really aggressive defense on the Passover. But as she gets there, you see Swanson, quick shot fake and drive. Typically that's a difficult one to be able to make an adjustment. You either have to be real quick feet to do a drop step and go with, or you're going to jab at it, and she picked up the foul.
Yeah, it's really easy to throw your hip out or at least throw an arm out.
33 seconds left on the inbound, but a missed shot.
Great fundamental box out there. With a great outlet pass, should be a layup.
Just too much pressure underneath. Town couldn't finish it. 20 seconds left, 31-23. Lampkins will probably go for the last shot. Maybe not. When the lane is open, take it. That's Isabel Lane.
Tough to give that up, huh?
I guess that's why they call her Lane. She can find the lane and go. 3 seconds left. Shot up. Can it? Nothing. 10-point differential at the end of the third quarter. The hometown home team, Fort Collins Lampkins, are leading the crosstown rival Rocky Mountain Lobos 33-23. We'll take a short time out here on Stream It Sports and bring a fantastic high school girls basketball Poudre School District here in Fort Collins here. It's Stream It Sports Live.
If this is how your bank sees the world, how do they see you? Be an individual at First Bank. Banking for good. If this is how your bank sees the world, how do they see you? Be an individual at First Bank. Banking for good.
Hey, we welcome you back to the fourth quarter here. Crosstown rivalries, Lampkins versus the Lobos here on the home court of the Lampkins. It's a 33-23 game. It has been fantastic this third quarter, where the Lobos, who have been really down by 15, close to 18 a few times during the game, have etched themselves back into a 10-point differential, and they've been playing with hard play. No call on that. Letting them play, and the two-pointer outside by Ali Seclar. I think that's pronounced right, Seclar. Nice shot. It makes it a 33-25 game. Lampkins definitely with off the foot. Hey, we want to thank a new sponsor we have here, Jim's Wings in Northern Colorado, the best wings since 1991. Visit Jim and Julie's at Jim's Wing on Elizabeth by the CSU campus. Make a U-turn, then right into that Elizabeth campus area there. Deep underneath, Johnson could not finish it out. Transition could not finish the shot. Oh, and that will be a foul. Warner a little upset she didn't make the bucket, but she reaches around and grabs Johnson's arm. That's the third foul on Warner here at the 7-minute mark of the fourth quarter. If I was a coach, I'd leave her in. That's more than enough time to pick up 2 more with still being aggressive and good defense. I really like the way the Lobos have come out this second half and said, I'm going to make this a game. They're playing hard defense, making sure they're playing transition, but I could see why the Lampkins are 10-0. They have such patience, even in situations. Nice screen on ball. Johnson goes to the hole. I tell you, I think Sluss and Johnson have a connection. They just know what each other needs to do out on the court. And when you have that, and you could screen on ball and roll and see it, long distance 3, no problem there. Maddie Bennett hits it, nothing but the bottom of the net.
She's got a smooth shot from outside.
Oh boy, I tell you, she definitely creates space like being that far out and then shoots from long distance. She's had 49 3-pointers shot on the season, about 2 more tonight, and I think she's about 50%. She's the leading 3-point shot attempt as well as makes. Not in percentage, but for the most part, she has no problem shooting from that distance. That makes it 35-20. It's a 7-point game. When was it 7 points the last time? It was in the first quarter when the Lampkins had spread it to a 7 and then moved on to an 18-point. So we've come a long way on a short distance between these two schools. Could not pick it up. Nice strong hands by McDonald.
Even with the double team there, made a good move, split the defenders. Nice touch on the shot.
McDonald stepping up. She's got 14 points on the game tonight, but I think Johnson is matching her. She comes along that baseline. Those two are going to be battling it out down on the post. Williams drives hard but cannot finish it. Nice drive, then reverse pivot down into the lane and try to see if she can put it up off the board. Ooh. Travel. She looked to the other side, hesitated, and then decided to go down the lane, but that left foot picked up on the pivot before she got the ball down.
It was a good call. It was bang, bang. I could have seen it going both ways, but it wasn't the wrong call.
Well, fans, if you are enjoying high school basketball tonight, these girls' crosstown rivalry is everything you want it to be. 35-30. 5 minutes left in this game. Williams down the middle, misses another. Lobos bringing it down as well again. McDonald through the middle lane, gets the ball tapped away. Defensive transition, gets it there. Scrambling on the ground. Possession. Possession will go to the Lampkins. That's actually not a bad thing for the Lobos at this moment. 4 minutes, 47 seconds. There haven't been a lot of ball tie-ups. Now next time, if there is ever in a close situation, a tie-up, the Lobos will get the ball back. It's a 5-point differential, 35-30. Johnson outside.
Lampkins need to take a little bit of time here, set up their offense, make sure they get a good shot like they were in the first half.
Well, if they do another one of those, that was going to be a handoff, and those are tough ones. Lane going over, she's going to run a handoff with Sluss, but the defender stayed with Sluss, trying to move herself through it. And so it's a tough one because the lane's coming to that point, and the defensive person has got themselves in that position. Unfortunately, picks up the foul. That was foul on Kylie Town, her second of the night. Johnson showing a little ball handling outside. Everybody here. This is the dribble and handoff play.
Trying to burn a little bit of time here. I think the coaching staff got to the Lady Lampkins and said, hey, let's burn a little clock, get the perfect shot, probably in the paint. Now we're going for the corner three.
A three almost down, does not fall. They have not found their shot recently. Transition, McDonald, and finishes it. It is a 3-point game, 35-32 with 3 minutes, 52 seconds left. Rocky has crawled back into this game. The Lambkins trying to find their way. Yep, it's going to happen. That turnover play, when you're doing the handoff and defenders are staying tight defensively and they're trying to keep their hands in the lane as they go through, anytime an offensive player comes up to try to do the handoff, the defender's going to be in a disadvantage by trying to fight through the handoff.
And they're just setting up for the back door. They haven't done it yet, but when they're overplaying that hard, a back door is wide open.
Second foul against Bennett. Maddie Bennett from the Lobos. Foul against Schlepp up on top. That puts Swanson.
Is that 1-1?
No, it's
was that just 6? Oh, looks like it is 1-1.
Yep, push him into the bonus. Yeah, I didn't see it. They just updated it.
A little early for that, but
4 fouls, 14 fouls against the Lambkins, and 7. We're going to take a short time out on Stream It Sports. It's a 35-32 game with 3 minutes, 44 seconds live here tonight at Fort Collins High School on Stream It Sports Live. Be right back.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
Well, 35-32 is crosstown rivalry here at the home court. Fort Collins Lambkins. Lobos making their way back into this game. Can the Lambkins turn it back on and see if they can finish this game out? Their perfect season, 10-0 on the line tonight on their home court. Their only third game home tonight. Home game for the season. Misses the back, but
that hurts.
Crushes them. Fisher steps in, picks up the ball after the miss by Lane. There's a little heightened intensity out there by the Lobos, trying to put more and more pressure outside.
Yeah, they're not going to let him burn that much time.
Yep, they're going to look for. Yep, that's going to be across the arm.
And that's tough because you want to be aggressive on defense, but you hit the 7 foul mark a little too quickly in the quarter. So you got to find that happy medium of being aggressive out there, but not too handsy.
Julia Schlepp picks up her 3rd foul. That's 18 fouls against the Lobos, 4 against the Lambkins. Right now it's a 3-point game, and Lane steps up and hits the first of a 1-and-1. Puts them up by 4, gets to go up to a second one. Lambkins actually back on defense, nobody in the lane. I think they're going to want to make sure that they're taking care of business back here. 5-point lead for the Lambkins. Running a diamond and 1, seeing if they can put some pressure on him. McDonald, this has been the matchup. Outside, risky pass. Deep drive down below. Town getting the ball tapped away. 5-point game. Can the Lobos find their rhythm here? Will it be McDonald pulling in or some unsung hero? Double team down on the baseline.
Someone's open.
Coming down the lane. To the side, could not put it in. Lampkin's able to tap it away, keep it alive. Swanson bringing the ball down with pressure. Lane and Swanson are going to have to be able to handle this pressure outside. Couple dribbles for Johnson. Fisher with the ball. 2 minutes, 35 seconds left. Lobos continue to put the pressure outside, but Lampkins just continue to bring the ball out. No attack at the basket. Screen on ball, seeing if they get the roll. That was the one that
risky
Johnson
pass.
wanted.
Wow.
That's a nice baseline play. Risky with really a high touch pass. Could be critical for the Lambkins. Yep. That puts them up by 7 with 2 minutes, 11 seconds left on the clock. Now the Lambkins just need to make sure they control time.
Which they've been pretty good at all game.
Yep. I think they've been working on deep lane. Yep, Johnson says nope. Let's take a little bit more time off the clock. Minute 50.
Yeah, Rocky needs to look for those trapping opportunities.
Down has to come over and try to do something. She kind of swipes up, hits the arm. It's going to put Fisher on the line for the Lambkins. Fisher, a senior, averages about 1.7 points per game. She has taken 16 free throws on the season coming into this game. She's made 7 for 44%. And she says, well, give me a couple more times on that line and I'll get that percentage way up there. She's now for 8 for 17. She averages about, she's not right now from a minutes per game. Fort Collins High School doesn't put in minutes, so don't know what her time is. That was a long distance shot by Maddie Bennett, trying to see if she can get some daggers back in there to come back in. Good hustle. Town. She tries for a three and hits the three. Makes it a 40-35 game with 1:21 left. That gives a little height. She was not expecting to take that shot, but nobody came out to play defense on her. And what does she do? Deep in the corner. Hits a three. Timeout by Coach Hauer. He sees that it's a 5-point game. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. We're going to stay with you right here. Minute 9 left, 40-35. This has been a game that really, as fans, you enjoy seeing the comebacks. And the Lobos have really come back. They were down 22-9, I think, at halftime.
And they really just couldn't get any flow going there in the first, second. I mean, the first half of the third quarter as well. Couldn't really build any momentum.
Hey, we want to thank our sponsors tonight, First Bank, Schrader Oil, and Pedersen Toyota. If you would like to be a partner with us and become a sponsor, hey, send us a message at rmccoy@streamitsports.com. That's rmccoy@streamitsports.com, and we will contact you with the information you need. Let our sponsors know how much you appreciate them helping us bring you live high school football action. Well, pressure on the inbound. Lampkins coming out. Hauer. Ooh, that's going to be a double dribble. I think Johnson's saying, hey, that ball was knocked out of my hands. I thought I got a chance to dribble that again. She has a fair argument on that. Coach Hauer wanting the ref to come over and explain how that was. Maddie Bennett carries the ball.
Now
critical situation. I don't think in carries, typically you're looking for gaining advantage. She was moving to transition to her left, and at 58.9 seconds, the Lobos lose a prime opportunity to cut this lead from 40-35, that 5-point lead down to 2.
Especially calling that play.
But the ball goes back and over. Wow, this is execution. Coach Hauer presses his hands down, kind of talking to the rest of his team, saying, hey, calm down. It's all right. We got a 5-point lead, 48.7 seconds.
I can't believe they called a carry still. That just time and place.
Yep, just must have saw something, and I'm going to trust the refs. They can do a good job, and they'll see something that we don't even see down there. All right, Town was down too low. Timeout by France. She's going to do a 30-second timeout. She saw that there could have been a 5-second call going on, and she decides to keep it with it. She has 3 timeouts, 2 timeouts now left. Fort Collins High School still has 3 with 58 seconds left. Actually, it's less than 58 seconds. They're doing a full minute timeout on here, so I thought it was a half timeout.
I think it was. I saw the ref was saying that, but.
Well, let's take a look at this time and situation here. Ball possession is in for the Lobos. They are down by 5. It's 36 seconds left on the clock. You need to have a shot either to the bucket, to draw the foul and get at least 2 out of it, maybe 3, and then put the pressure into a free throw style of a game where you're going to have to go for the inbounds steal, and then if you don't get it, foul it, and then you play a free throw game. But it all starts here. Can they inbound the ball and get a bucket for themselves? That clock is not going to stop for them. You get it down below. McDonald, nice turnaround jumper. Could have used a timeout.
Yeah, to set up a press, but there's a little confusion.
There were confusion. They could not get this. Ball gets down the court. The Lambkins.
They're not deciding they're going to foul or not.
17 seconds. Nobody's reaching. Nobody's going. It's a 3-point game. There's the foul. Man. Maddie Bennett finally steps up and kills the clock, but I know that at least 6 seconds went off the clock that could have been helpful for the Lobos to see if they could get another shot up, at least 2 shots, because if you can keep that clock long enough.
I am not sure why, if you're going to foul, why not foul immediately and give yourselves a chance there?
Way too long in making the decision to foul.
A lot of confusion as soon as the ball went in the hoop. There was a lot of confusion on what was going on.
Well, we talked about it. You got to make the shot on the inbounds. McDonald steps up, hits it, does a great job. She has 16 points on the night so far for that's Gabby McDonald for the she has 11 points. Apologize. It's Johnson who has 16 points for the Lambkins. But when you took a look at the full court press, it seemed like coming out of the make, they were going to try to put a full court press up on the front end, and players were out of position over on the left side, which allowed the Lambkins to get in easily.
And then the ball got past half court, and they just really played straight up man-to-man.
Versus an aggressive at the ball, scrape, see if you can dig it. If you can't dig it, get the foul out of it.
And they waited way too long. They really shortened the game with that one possession.
Well, you got Evan Fisher, guard senior. I think that's who number 4 is up there.
Ice in her veins. She just got up there and shot it.
Boy, she has rhythm. She has got herself figured out. There, it's a 4-point lead with 13 seconds left. 5-point lead. That is going to make it difficult.
No doubt
about it. It's a 2-score game now. Town coming up behind the back. Tries to get 3, but that clock's just running. Bennett shooting from distance. Can't find it at the back of the thing. Tips it. Can't get it in there. Town gets fouled, but the clock expires. Crosstown rivalry game ends 42-37. That game was spectacular. This is going to be a great one to watch on demand in replay on Streaming Sports Live. Hey, I want to give a big shout out to all the fans that tuned in tonight to watch a great game. We got another game coming up right after this. It'll be coming up. We've got to take a look out at Streaming Sports and log in and go in and pull it down. We want to thank our sponsors tonight for a wonderful game as they provide us live Streaming Sports products there. That's First Bank, Schrader Oil, and Pedersen Toyota, as well as Buffalo, Jim's Wings. I'm not going to. It's Jim's Wings.
Yeah.
I want to make sure you knew that's where you go to. I want to thank my producer here, Cody and McCoy, as well as Max Fink on the camera for a great game. We hope that you'll join us later on for other great high school basketball games here on Streaming Sports Live. Tune in again for the boys game next.
Poudre School District High School Basketball, live on Stream It Sports, Northern Colorado, has been brought to you by Schrader Oil. Fuel your day by Pedersen Toyota in Fort Collins. Everything cars made easy by Jim's Wings, Northern Colorado's favorite wings since 1991. And by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in Northern Colorado. First Bank, banking for good. This has been a Stream It Sports NoCo production of Poudre School District High School Sports. You can find all of our broadcasts, past and present, by visiting streamitsports.com/PSD. Thank you for watching.